Mum, have you seen Squid Game? She's like, of course I've seen Squid Game. I'm like, okay, Mum, whatever.
Your mum's watched Squid Game?
Mate.
That's bloody awesome, bro.
Yeah, ahead of the curve. Two words on everyone's lips at the minute. And if you've got Netflix, you know what I'm talking about. Squid Game.
Oh, my goodness.
I didn't know what to
mate.
expect with it, right?
Mate,
And I put a tweet out and I was just like, should I watch Squid Game? And everyone was like, yeah. And a couple of people were like, takes a while to get into. Whoever said that, by the way, you were wrong. I was in from...
Yeah, you're mental because, oh my God.
I've just completed it. I completed it. It's like a
I love
video
that you
game.
completed it. You've completed it. I love, that's perfect.
Are you watching this?
You do. I am watching this.
Yeah.
I know from just a brief kind of like, have you seen it? Have you not seen it? You finished this series.
Yeah.
I'm like, there's like, what, 9 episodes? I'm 5 in.
Yeah.
And for you guys who've not, okay, let's try and do this. We both know the premise here, and let's try and set this up for you guys who've not seen
Okay,
this
let's
thing.
do this without any spoilers.
Yeah,
So
no spoilers allowed.
I'll start and you take over, all right?
Okay.
So, the journey of this series begins where you follow a father, a single father of one who lives with his mum, and he's gone through some tough times in his life, which has sort of led to him being down and out. And he's an addicted gambler. He bets a lot on horse racing. Any chance he can to try and recoup some of his lost income, he's doing it. And then he gets approached by a complete stranger and gets offered an opportunity to take part in what is a very peculiar game.
This is a Korean series.
Yes.
So I was told to watch it in Korean with English subtitles.
That's how you have to watch it.
Yeah, that's how I watch it.
Don't watch
and
it
it's
any other way.
perfect.
Do not watch it
That
any
is the way
other
to watch it.
Yeah.
Watch it in Korean, English subtitles. Don't do the dubbed English nonsense. Watch it legit, because it is like the inflections and the way they come across and their voice. It's adds
amazing.
so much. Oh, it's amazing. So as Ian said, you kind of follow this guy's journey, and ultimately these games take place. People are kind of put unconscious. It takes place in this location that otherwise undisclosed. And all these games are not just your average games. They are games which will kill you if you get them wrong. So you will die. There's 456 players.
Oh, you know the numbers. So all of these 456 players have obviously got
Issues of some
turbulent
financial
background.
issues.
Financial issues, or there are some people who've got terminal illnesses. I won't go into any more of that because there's some interesting storylines there.
Yeah.
And basically, they're all competing for a large sum of money. And like Sav said there, we won't go much further than this, but you are playing what look like fun, traditional Korean schoolyard games.
Yeah.
If you get eliminated from the game, you get smoked.
And the thing is, every single person counts as a certain monetary value. So if someone dies, they add more money to the pot. So the more people that die and don't make it to the end, the bigger your payout's going to be at the end. So these kind of traditional Korean kids games are like, I mean, it's really interesting because obviously everyone in the show or in the game is Korean. So they're all trying to figure out what the games could be from what they played in their childhoods or who's doing what or teams to form. It's basically Battle Royale to a degree, but then they squad up and they play. But it's done in a way which is so vivid and it's kind of funny. But also, it's like it's really brutal, and the characters are amazing.
Oh my God. And the thing is, it sounds like a horror because it's part of it's Netflix horror and chill era, I think, that they're rolling out at the minute. But I wouldn't say it's a horror. I don't get scared when I'm watching it. But
No.
there are times where I want to hide under a quilt.
It's ghastly.
I mean, as a man who loves Gears of War, and I was playing Gears last night, I mean, it's gruesome, isn't it? When you get a head pop on that and the body explodes or whatever, you just become accustomed to it in 2021. But I can tell you now, the gore in this.
But it's really interesting because I think as well, like, we've seen kind of like, I mean, you think about other movies, things like Old Boy comes to mind. You ever see Old Boy? Yeah. Right. So you got this, again, I think a Korean movie. Culturally, Asian movies are getting better and better and better all the time.
Yeah,
like, we've seen, like, they've been TV shows like this, which is so high budget.
Yes.
I mean, even the music, that...
Oh my God, don't get...
It's so creepy, isn't it, dude? Like, it's
and you know
mad.
what I love about it is it's the contrast of the violence with these big, bright, cartoonish colours. So like they're in these like really crazy like worlds that they're put into, like these big rooms that are full of just big, bright, typical like Asian colours and everything that's going on. but you're surrounded by murder.
This is obviously a thing that's taken the kind of like the world by storm, and do you know what's really positive to see is that people have been so captivated by a foreign kind of TV show as well. It's obviously not traditionally in English, but everyone doesn't like. People have been watching the likes of anime and such for such a long time now.
My mum is like, she's 64, and she is so far ahead of the curve. No word of a lie, right?
Maggie, right?
Maggie, big
Lot of time
Mags,
for Maggie.
right? Oh, she's
Loves
an absolute
it.
legend, right?
She loves a flight simulator to China. Or Hull, one or t'other.
She absolutely loves virtually flying over her house. Oh, it's me garden. No, Mum, your car won't be in the drive. But, you know, whenever I go home to see my mum, she loves to get tucked away in her bedroom watching TV. And every time I go in, she is watching Asian entertainment.
No, she's not.
Mate, and this has been
awesome.
for way over a year. She's been telling me about this for so long. She's like, they do it better than us and all this sort of stuff. And I was like, okay. So I ring her and I'm like, Mum, have you seen Squid Game? She's like, of course I've seen Squid Game. I'm like, okay, Mum, whatever. But
your mum's watched Squid Game?
Mate,
that's bloody awesome, bro.
Ahead of the curve. But I would give this, because I'm always searching for that next series on Netflix. And if you aren't too squeamish, you listening right now, and you are looking for something that you will watch, and you know, it's what we all crave, isn't it? When that next episode bar comes up at the bottom where it gradually fills up, and you just say, of course, we are riding again, baby. And you just sit there all night. I started Squid Game at 9 p.m. on like a Wednesday, and then I realized it was 2:30 a.m. and I was like, I need to go to bed.
Because it is so, dude. Because it's so compelling. Because you kind of like, you want to find out what the next kind of twisted game is. You kind of want how they turn a kid's game into. And the thing is, what's interesting is that everyone there obviously has played these games in some part of their childhood, and it's how twisted and perverse are they going to be?
Yeah.
I've just seen. Oh. Yeah, like I've just seen the again the tug of war episode. So it's like you could imagine how what would that look like? What does that look like? I mean, but you start to think about the characters. Like imagine you're in that situation where you're in a situation in a game where thinking, if I don't get through this, I will be murdered on the spot or die. This is it.
You put yourself in it, don't you? And it's a really and it makes you think as well. That's what I love about the best series on TV, the ones that make you think about stuff. How much of a value do you put on money, guys? You know, how much of a value do you put on your own life? And it's like you're standing there and you're feeling the sensations and the emotions that these characters are going through. If you've never seen, I don't know if you've seen this, Sav, but I imagine you have. I'm gonna wager a little bet here right now myself. I'm gonna put up
your copy of Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Hell no. I'm never putting that up anywhere. I've got 2 copies of GoldenEye and 64. I'm putting it up right now. Bang. On the table.
What?
That you have seen The Running Man with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Of course I have, mate. On multiple occasions. Of course
you've seen it.
Of course I have, dude.
But if you haven't seen it, and if you have, you'll understand. There are parallels here. I imagine if The Running Man was never made as a film, series like this would have never have existed, because that concept of just you're in a game for entertainment purposes and you are fighting for your life.